Hey everybody, it's Ozone back once again here on the Vaultcraft server. Today's all about trying another build type. I think today I might want to go for a Smite Archon or something like that. I'm really enjoying being able to try these new builds, and I think being level 50 plus really helps out because I've got enough skill points to get all of the required stuff to make it work. Now in the last video I tried out both Toxic Reaction and Frostbite. Frostbite was the headliner, and well, I didn't really think it worked out very well. So today, I really want to try something new and different, and like I said, I think that's going to be Smite Archon. First things first though, I think I want to save off my current build, just in case I ever want to come back to it. So now let's change the icon to Frostbite. It took me a while to figure out that you can do this, that each of these things, the icons on top of these tabs are very easily changed by just clicking the thing. I don't really remember what this is. I guess, yeah, this is my basic stuff of things that I probably want to keep. So yeah, let's restore that. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter, I guess. It's still costing me 5 regret orbs, but this will save me a little bit in terms of actually retaking the skills that I wanted to take. So boom, 34 skill points, ready to go. Now, mana regeneration is always really, really important for any kind of build, or, well, this kind of build anyway. So, sorcery is going to be a go-to kind of pretty much on anything that I'm doing. We've got two versions of Smite here. We've got a Smite that periodically strikes mobs. Depending on how powered this up, it's got a pretty high interval. This is 13 seconds, but let's go ahead and put a bunch of points into this. And now we're down to every 6 seconds, which isn't that bad, but it's using 11 mana per bolt and costs almost 2 mana per second, which I can sustain the mana per second, but that's a lot of mana to be generating every bolt. The alternative is Smite Archon, which turns you into a spark and hits the things that you touch. It's got a really low mana per second, and the mana per bolt isn't that bad, but I think you can really drain quite a bit of these out of here. I don't know. I think maybe let's just go with a regular Smite build, and then go from there. And since this is going to be really costly on mana, I think maybe one of these Spirit Totems will be really useful. It gives an extra 50% mana regen, at least at the lowest level. So let's take that and go into that specialization. And let's see, oh, we can get an extra, for just a few extra points, we can get even more mana regen. So I do think it's going to be worth it to put, a couple extra points in here. We're up to 100%. That's going to help out a lot. Yeah, let's just keep going. If we take this up to 6, now we're at, 240% mana regen. I think that's going to help out a ton. Now, additionally, I like to have a few in dash. I thought that would be part of my standard set, but it wasn't. And I think I want to also put some into Nova. Now, the Nova doesn't really go well with the Smite Archon, but it does help clear out some of the trash mobs, and I think that's something that's worthwhile. So, a few points into Nova. I like to have a Hunter, and since my sword does have some lucky hit on it, I'm going to go into some mana steal here. See if I can actually get some mana back from these hits that I do with my sword. 1 point left. I don't think there's much else to do. It's time to get suited up and hop on into the vault. Now, a gentle reminder here, my ability power is not that great. It's about 60 with the armor set that I was able to create in the last episode, and I haven't been able to create any more. I kind of ran out of netherite. So that's the same set we're going with. Smite Archon, though, does a whopping 500% of my ability power. So when one of these things goes off, it's probably going to kill off one of whatever mob it hits, and it can do it every 6 seconds. I think it'll be really important to set that on an easy toggle so that I can turn it off pretty easily and let that old mana recuperate. But if I can remember to put down the totem, that should also help out quite a bit with that mana regeneration. Now, I do have a nice wand here, giving me some more ability power, but I really don't think I need it with this Smite. I don't really know, but I guess there's really only one way to find out, and that's to get into the vault. As always, I'm probably going to struggle just a little bit because we got a lot of new controls here going on, and I'm trying to get comfortable with all of that, right? We got all these new skills. But let's get going. All right, we got a lot of monoliths. All right, well, we've got some mobs. We've got the trash mobs that I was interested in, and the Nova did a really good job taking them out, honestly. Let's get... and turn on Smite. Ooh, I like that. Very, very nice. Now I've still got the Smite on. So this is really important that I can keep it going. Ooh. Oh yeah, boy, that did some nice damage to the big old fat boys here. Oh yeah, that... I'm liking that. I am really, really liking that. That's a lot of damage. But honestly, it would be great to complete the vault, so let's just keep on going. We got the monolith in this room. I'm not after certain mobs or... Oh, I'm after monoliths. And there it is. Nice. I hadn't intended on actually making this a race, but might as well. Oh, it's the castle. Nice. I will absolutely take the time to do this. This will be really great, all these ornate chests, because I need netherite. And this is one of the few places that you can find them in. Lovely. I love it. I don't even have to do anything. They just get near me and die. Here comes another one. I hear one. Where are they coming at? Oh, he's dead. I don't have to do anything at all. It got the dummy. I don't think you're supposed to get the dummy there. Ah, I do love these rooms. Ah, I wish I could have more of them. That was really great. But we got to find more monoliths. Oh, there's another one. I might actually complete this vault. It'll be the first one in a while. I haven't actually run the monoliths since they redid it and added a whole bunch more monoliths that you needed to find, but also made them a whole lot more findable. Ooh, we got a dungeon. Normal difficulty. I think we can do this with a little help of an Archon, which is still going strong. Whoa! You guys hurt! I don't really feel like I'm getting any mana leech from this, but it's worth it to shot anyway. The smite is actually really helpful here, but boy, these guys hurt. Ooh, a champion, a couple champions. But he died really quick. Oh, boy. The Archon helps out so much. Die, you died. Instant death. Aha! Oof, ouch. That's fine. Let's just grab it and go. 4 more to go, 7 minutes. Oh boy. Never gets old, honestly. Oh, all right. Well, monolith is gone. Let's finish up this guy, huh? Well, this was overall a really good vault run, honestly. I mean, I felt like the monoliths were within reach. I just got sidetracked by some Omega rooms, which is not a bad thing at all. And honestly, I really, really liked the Smite Archon. It's a lot of fun, and it's just so much fun to see them just die. Oh, do I run around? I still need 3. Chances are really unlikely. Oh my gosh. It's another one. Oh my gosh. With 1.5 minutes left. I'm going to kiwi this guy up. A minute left. Okay, well, man, I wish I had more time. I wish I had more time. Okay, I am running out of hearts really quick. I need to just get out of here. That is way way annoying. I wish I had more time. Can I make it back? Or do I have to use another kiwi? I think I could do it. Whee! Wow. 8,000 XP for a vault that I didn't complete. A lot of good loot. That was a lot of fun. I haven't had a fun vault like that in, well, quite a while, honestly. And like I said, I think the Smite was amazing. I really, really, really like that build. And overall, let's just look at all that loot. So many coins from that dungeon. And the paint room had a lot of coins. Got some nice regular gems, but look at that. 28 netherite scrap. I'd never thought I'd be so happy about netherite scrap, but I definitely need it. Lots of carbon. And look at all this gear I got. I mean, wow. Way good. So let's identify it. Oh, I got some nice new transmogs, and hopefully we get some really nice gear out of this. Legendary trap disarm. Kind of useless otherwise. So at the end of the day, got a nice vault idol, which I don't have any of the new ones that have a certain affinity. You know, the 12% Valera affinity that this one has. So I'm definitely going to be keeping this one and sticking it in my pack. Got a wand with some nice ability power, but I kind of like the block chance of the shield because I am getting in a little bit more combat than I otherwise would. And some decent leggings and helmets with some additional ability power. They might turn into some, especially the leggings, might turn into something that helps out and is a replacement if I can get some good rolls here on this. Overall, a really great vault run. 3 Omega rooms, and the Smite Archon was just so much fun. I like it. As nice as Smite was, there's another variation to it, and that is the Smite Archon. And I want to give that one a try too. Smite Archon is just the specialization of Smite, so I don't think I really have to reset anything. I think all of the abilities that I've already taken will work pretty well. But this one basically does a bolt whenever I run into some mobs, so this will be really good for the trash mobs. It does 150%, which is a lot less than the 500% that the normal Smite is doing, but it also costs a lot less, and it's going to give a lot more bolts because it does it for every one that I run into. So yeah, let's try this again. Alrighty, vamonos. Ew, it's the candy theme. I don't like the candy theme. But anyway, 150% of my ability power is not that great. That's 75 damage, so I can run through the trash mobs and it will do that, but it probably won't do very much else. To anything else, it won't do very much. And I don't know, do we have trash mobs in this? We got the jellies, but I don't think they're exactly what I would call trash. Oh, I've got to turn it on first. There we go. Now we're getting some hitting, but that hurt. Yeah, that was a bit before I got that set up. Not a good test. This is one where I really think more ability power is going to be necessary in order to try to sustain it. But I just don't have it. And I like the block chance of the shield, you know, because you're going to be running in and getting hit. So the blocking of a shield is really good. I don't want to switch over to my other one yet. Okay. Took him out pretty quick. I took a decent amount of damage, though. So we've also got to do the, we've also got to keep our health up. All right, come on, let's go. How much damage am I taking? I'm taking a lot of damage, but I'm not swinging at anything. they are just all dying, which is kind of nice. So I think this one might do better if you have the totem with the healing specialization instead of the totem with the mana specialization. I mean, I used a lot of mana, yes, but I don't think that was my weakness. All right, let's go again. Well, these guys are kind of a pain because they're all over the place. Okay, I mean, I still didn't do either one of them, right? I didn't hit really anything. So, it worked. Come here, guy. Yep, you die. It's a hard one to do because I really want to, like, I want to love it. But I take a lot of damage, and I don't love that. But you really don't even have to hurt anything. I mean, you don't have to do anything. You just are there, and they die. You just take a lot of damage in the process. See, I'm taking a lot of damage. So maybe this one coupled with some mana shield, since mana really isn't the problem, it's the damage that's the problem. I think coupling this with some mana shield would do really well. The mana definitely does dip down. Whoa, that is just wrong and cursed. Oh my gosh, that's some weird generation going on there, huh? The chocolate is just not flowing like it's supposed to. Mana Shield. I think Mana Shield would definitely do well with this. Okay, well, I really didn't plan on doing these, doing an obelisk and trying to take out these guys, but I think in the interest of science, maybe I should. I mean, that's part of the experiment here, right? I think I should. I mean, yeah, so when I run through them, they take a lot of damage, multiple sparks. It adds up pretty quick. So does their damage, unfortunately. Because I'm not doing much. Oh, I am hurting. I am really hurting. Okay, I've got my... Ah! Oh, that did not work. I was, yeah, I just wasn't able to drink fast enough, and I really wasn't doing a very good job of controlling them, and it was all kinds of bad. But that's why it's an experiment. So that was a lot of fun, but I really feel like the build could be done better. I feel like Mana Shield will make that build a whole lot better, and I really want to try it out. Now, we're going to have to get rid of some things, but that's pretty easy to do. I think we can pick up a few points and put those all into Mana Shield and make a big difference in that build. So here we go once again with 34 points to be spent. Like last time, I want to max out Sorcery. Not going to put any points into Lucky Hit this time. I don't really feel like I was getting my value out of those points. Now, of course, we need to put lots of points into Smite and take that specialization. But I also want to put points into Mana Shield. I'm only going to put 8 in, which gives me 80% damage absorption. I was thinking that we had only 8 slots available, but there's 10. And I don't think I've got enough points left over. I want to put 1 into Observer. I like at least 2 in Dash. And I want to put some points back into the Totem. I do feel like this Spirit Totem might be really useful for this build. So we're going to do that. Got 1 point left over. Where did I allocate that? Vein Miner. Got to have a little bit of Vein Miner. So there we go. Now it's time to try this out once again. I really feel like it can make a big difference. Whoops, looks like I need to go make some crystals. I'll be right back. All right, let's give this build a second chance. Geronimo! All right, looks like a scav that might not be too bad. More common things than uncommon, that's good. As always, gotta wait for the vault to render. Now, right off the bat, I want to kick Mana Shield, and I want to turn on the Smite. And I can sustain these things right now. My mana is not going down at all. Once the smite starts happening, though, I'm sure the mana will disappear pretty quickly. But you know what? That took the mana way, way down. But I also didn't take a lot of damage, and it worked out really, really well. Okay, that's weird. But I need that mana regen. Yeah, I was afraid this totem would be really, really important for the build. Got too much downtime as it is. Yep, just boom. Oh, I am out of mana. And we are lagging something bad here. Huh. Well, that was a lot. And, yeah, ran out of mana, and it turned off both the mana shield and the Smite Archon. So, that was a bit rough. So the bottom line is I think we have to be a little bit more careful about things. This, I do... Oh, it's still not on. Darn it. Well, my mana shield is certainly helping. Although I am out of mana. Once again. Wow. I'm trying to be a little bit more careful this time and not just running into everything, actually using my sword. It's a lot slower, of course, but it is more friendly on the mana, and that is turning out to be important, you know? And man, it went off again. The Smite Archon went off again because apparently I went out of mana. The mana shield, well, is helping, but it's not enough. It's not enough to do it. So that's pretty annoying. Pretty annoying. I had high hopes for it, you know? And I had hoped that it would all be I had hoped that it would be a lot better. Alright, let's try once again. Oh, yeah. That hurt. Okay, and I'm out of mana. The amount of mana that you use on the mana shield is just way drains it fast. And it's really not sustainable. Not with my 200 some odd percent, 300%, whatever, mana level, right? I need a lot more mana regen and a lot more mana in the pool itself. My mana pool is also pretty small. And I think those two things are just not keeping up. Okay, well that was not so bad. Those guys have a ton of hit points, and that drained my mana all the way out again. And now my mana shield and Smite are both turned off. Fortunately, the area is cleared, but wow. That is really hard to sustain. Alright, well, this was not as good as I had hoped, and not as good or easily maintained, honestly, is the reason why it wasn't so good. It was very hard to maintain both Smite Archon and Mana Shield. If I had a bigger pool of mana, maybe, and better mana regen, that would both help out a lot. But that build is going to be pretty hard to maintain. I really prefer Smite versus Smite Archon at this point. Although I gotta say, when a mob came by and it just got hit by a ton of lightning bolts, it was really fun. Or maybe if I'd had more ability power, it wouldn't take as many bolts to kill something, and therefore it wouldn't go through the mana quite so much. I'm not really sure. I'm sure both would help, and the question is, which is better? And, well, it'll just take some testing, and I'm not able to do that right now. But let me know what you think. Is there something about these builds that I was doing very wrong? Some way that you think that I can improve it a little bit? If there is, please give me a comment down below. Or, is there a build that you really want to see me try out? Also, leave a comment. I'm having a lot of fun doing these builds. And, as always, if you find this information useful, well, please give it a like and subscribe if you want. I really, really appreciate that. But I think that's all for now. We'll see you all later. Remember, everybody, be excellent to each other. I'm out.